Hotep, Hotep. That's divine peace. Everybody that's listening, as always, may your name live on forever and may your memory never die. That's what I wish for all of you guys. I'm about to bring you guys a story that I saw in the Galveston County Daily News, but I want to preface it by saying this. Are you ready to go to jail? Not you. Are you ready to go to jail? Not you specifically. Are you ready to go to jail? That's just a general question. I am. I don't care about it. I have a job. I have a wife. I have children. But am I ready to go to jail for what I believe in? Absolutely. Am I ready to go to jail for what I feel in my heart? Absolutely. My father, the great Reverend James Edward Daniels, he told me something many years ago, and I stand on that to this very day. He told me, son, if you're in the right, you should be willing to go all the way. I'm gonna say it again. My father, the great Reverend James Edward Daniels, told me, son, if you're in the right, you should be willing to go all the way. And I promise you, I will go all the way for what I feel like what's right. Now, what's all the way? You be the judge. I know what it means for me. Texas City Commission comment ban meant to quiet criticism, some residents argue. This was an article posted in the Daily News written by B. Scott McClendon. Texas City Commission comment ban meant to quiet criticism, some residents argue. We see our illustrious Mayor Dedrick Johnson, and we see one of our illustrious city commissioners, Chris Sharp. Let's get into it. City leaders are questioning a decision by Mayor Dedrick Johnson to ban public comments that aren't based on agenda items during commission meetings. City Commissioner Chris Sharp wasn't aware of the change until January 22nd, when officials blocked a retired and well-known Texas City police captain from criticizing the mayor for a proposal to seek about $95 million in loans for renovations to city facilities without seeking public approval, he said Thursday. Johnson, however, disputed assertions he made the decision to prevent residents from criticizing him about major topics such as spending, management of the police department, and the collapse of Latitude Margaritaville, which would have added more than 4,000 rooftops to the city and $1 billion to its tax base. Residents in recent meetings have been critical of the mayor's decision to end negotiations for the Margaritaville development, called for the firing of Chief Landis Cravens and Assistant Chief Manuel Johnson, and called for information on how Rigo Ornelas died in public custody in October. The city long has allowed any resident to go before commissioners and talk for 3 minutes about any topic, as long as speakers didn't curse or directly attack anyone, according to the city. I'm going to read that paragraph again. This is according to the city. The city of Texas City long has allowed any resident to go before commissioners and talk for 3 minutes about any topic, as long as speakers didn't curse or directly attack anyone, according to the city. Now, this long-standing practice has been unilaterally changed by our Mayor Dedrick Johnson. Lately, that's been abused, Dedrick Johnson said. They're abusing their the right of free speech. Apparently, they are abusing the rights afforded to them by the city charter. They are abusing the rights afforded to them by the Constitution. And this abuse, mind you, this abuse that he is saying is taking place, this abuse is the questioning of the power structure. Now, individuals have questioned many things in the past. Many things in the past. But the citizens have always been allowed to go to the city commissioners meeting and speak for 3 minutes. But now it appears that since the citizens are using their 3 minutes that the city has long allowed them to utilize, It appears that now that they are utilizing those 3 minutes to be critical, very critical of the mayor in particular, that right is being stripped from the citizens of Texas City. But Sharp, City Commissioner Sharp, Chris Sharp, but Sharp argued, lately that's been abused, Dedrick Johnson said. It has caused our meetings to get out of hand. It turns our meetings into something they've never been. But Sharp argued every government official should be able to take 3 minutes of flack at meetings. It's a tough gig, but it's for the best, Sharp said. Even if it's something we don't want to hear, that's their right. Sharp agreed that some people complain at commission meetings just for the sake of complaining. For the most part, however, it can be a good way to hear about issues we wouldn't otherwise know about, Sharp said. That's the nature of democracy, okay? When citizens disagree with the power structure, what do we have other than our freedom of speech, our free speech? What else do we have but our power at the ballot and our voice? We can't get into a fist fight. We can't pull out a weapon and attack individuals that we disagree with. That's barbarism. That's savagery. The civilized citizens, we have discourse, debate, dialogue. We disagree, and we sometimes disagree vehemently. But what other recourse do we have? We can't fight each other in the middle of the street. We can't pull out guns and take 10 paces, turn around and shoot, have a duel. We can't pull out swords and fight to the death. We can't, I get on a horse, you get on a horse, and we speed at each other down a runway and try to knock each other off of the horse. We can't get in a boxing ring and have a celebrity boxing match. That's barbarism and savagery. Violence is not the answer. Violence is not the answer. We have dialogue, discussion, debates. You say you speak your mind, I speak my mind. We talk about the pros and cons, and we come to some type of solution. If you try to get violent with the individual, they're going to lock you up and take you to jail. Now, it appears if you try to have a dialogue that these other individuals, these people in power do not want to have, they will still try to lock you up and throw you in jail. That's crazy. In a democratic society, that's what in a democratic society, your voice is what you have. Your ability to talk about your opinion and your opinion on matters, that's what you have. And your ability to speak about a certain topic shouldn't be dictated by an individual that you want to criticize telling you what to talk about. If I want to criticize a member of the power structure, and then that member of the power structure does not want to be criticized, according to Mayor Dedrick Johnson, they could just not put criticism of them on the agenda. And so then if you try to criticize them, you get arrested. Crazy, disgusting, and it's non-democratic. It's non-democratic. It's non-democratic. The mayor, man, look, listen, this is one thing I want to tell you guys. If you're not familiar with me, I'm an African-American male, right? I'm an African-American male. I've attended so many protests, right? I've attended so many protests and so many rallies, and I enjoyed the freedom of speech to say what I want to say, disagree with what I want to disagree with. And it was so many people. Some of these people on this same city commissioners board, some of these same people that's police officers, some of these same people that's sitting as the mayor cheered on the public for speaking out against government officials. But then when an individual speak out against them, it seems like it's a problem. No, freedom of speech goes both ways. You can say stuff that people don't want to hear, but they can say stuff that you don't want to hear. That's the key. That's the key. Look, Texas City has an unusual form of city government that gives the mayor executive power that most mayors don't have. Sharp didn't know about the change until a January 22nd meeting when former Texas City Police Captain Brian Gotches attempted to criticize the city for not doing more to resolve the police union's complaints, he said. Other commissioners didn't respond to requests for comment for this article. I find that disgusting. Other commissioners didn't respond to requests for comment for this article. I find that disgusting. You guys and women, you men and women, you went out of your way to get people to vote for you because you wanted to sit on that seat as a city commissioner. Now I got to chastise you for a minute. You wanted to sit on that seat as a city commissioner, right? You wanted to be a leader of the public. You wanted to speak for the public and on behalf of the public. You wanted to be able to speak for an entire district. That's how our city government is set up. You wanted to be able to speak for an entire district. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you refuse to respond when requested for a comment? No, you have no, listen, you have no right not to comment. If you don't want to comment, if you don't, no, you need to say whether you're on the mayor side or whether you're on Chris Sharp's side, whether you're on the side of the people, whether you're on retired police Captain Brian Gotch's side, you need to tell us where you stand. You don't have the right to stand on the sideline. If you want to stand on the side, that's just what makes me so sick. If you want to stand on the sideline, why get elected to the position? Because when you, and I'm sorry for yelling, but when you get elected to that position, you know good and goddamn well people are going to come to you. People are going to come to you to voice their concerns, and they're going to want you to put it on the record where you stand. Be vocal about it. Why are y'all so scared? If you scared to stand for what you believe in, why do you even want to be a public official? And I'm sorry, I'm going to tone it down because that turns a lot of people off. But why do you want to be a public official if you're afraid to stand on something? I personally don't care what you stand. I don't give a damn what you, I believe in free speech, democracy. I don't give a damn what side of the fence you on. I'm going to be on my side of the fence regardless. But if you in that position, if you ask people to vote for you, if you said you wanted to be a community leader, if you said you wanted to be a city leader, if you said you wanted to be a city commissioner, you don't have the right to run away and hide when things get thick. No, you need to say what you believe. You need to pick a side of the fence. No straddling the fence. Issues like this, you tell us where you stand, and then you just deal with the backlash that come with that. I'm tired of people playing politics. I'm tired of people playing politics. Oh, you want to be friends with this person? Bro, listen, you can't be friends with everybody. You can't please everybody. All you can do is stand for what you believe in. All political officials, you stand for what you believe in and you let the chips fall where you may. That's one thing I got to respect about my political opponents. Individuals that I don't agree with. Right? Individuals that at least they're saying what they believe. So I know, okay, my position don't align with yours. Hey, we need to have some discussion and some dialogue about this. At least they standing on something. At least Chris Sharp is standing on something. At least the mayor is standing on something. At least Brian Gotches is standing on something. You guys who don't even want to make a comment, you don't deserve to be in that position if you too afraid to tell us what you believe. No, you stop hiding. You tell us what you believe. If you don't want to tell us what you believe, don't even run for re-election. Because the people that get elected, we demand that they tell us what they believe. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? See, people got politics twisted in their mind. They don't really understand politics. They don't really got the stomach for it. They don't got the stomach for it. Other commissioners didn't respond to requests for comment for this article. How you not gonna comment? Why are you in that seat? Let me get back to the article. Man, I apologize. I hope I didn't lose everybody, man. I really do. I try to walk that thin line. Y'all have to forgive me. Y'all just forgive me, people. My heart goes out. Forgive me. I apologize. Every man gotta apologize. I shouldn't be yelling and screaming. I'm gonna get back to the article. Gotches is a regular commentator at meetings, often bringing issues to light or praising city workers. He thinks the mayor's change is rooted in an unwillingness to hear criticism, Gotches said. They just don't want to hear dissenting, Gotches said. My criticism was you can't find money for public works employees to get a raise, and suddenly you're seeking a $95 million certificate of obligation. City commissioners earlier this month began discussing issuing about $95 million in debt to build a centralized municipal complex and improve other city facilities. Basically, what they're talking about is, in layman's terms, the city wants to get a $95 million loan to do some work in the city. They're going to have to pay this $95 million loan back plus interest. Just like you, if you go get a $500 loan, a $1,000 loan, a $10,000 loan, you have to pay that loan back, but you have to pay that loan back with interest. That's why they loan you the loan, because they want to get the interest. Commissioners unanimously voted in favor of beginning the process for the city to issue certificates of obligation to complete various city projects. But Gotches was stopped by the city attorney from making the comment before he even got to speak, Gotches said. He intends to find some way to make a comment at the next meeting, he said. So the city attorney stopped Gotches, and I guess he threatened Gotches with jail time. Imagine that. If you go to this podium and you talk about something that we don't want you to talk about, we're going to lock you up. After that man gave his life serving the community in the capacity of a police officer. Now, you don't have to agree with everything Gotches did as a police officer, but you have to agree that he's an American citizen and he has rights. He has the right to say what he want to say. I don't know what's on the next agenda, but I'm going to talk, Gotches said. I'm with you, Gotches. I don't know what's on the agenda neither, but I'm going to talk. Are you willing to go to jail? I'm going to talk. Are you willing to go to jail? I'm going to talk. You might as well come up with a game plan for Matthew Daniels right now. You might as well come up with a game plan for Matthew Daniels right now. I already put in for the PTO. If I have to sit a few days before I can bond out, I've already set the stage. I'm going to talk because when it's all said and done, see, I study history. I know that there's going to come a time in the future when the future is going to look back on this time in history and they're going to want to know who stood up. One thing about me that you're going to know that I stood up. I've been writing my name in the historical record for decades now. I've been writing my name down in the historical record. You're going to know 100 years from now, you're going to know, oh, I don't know about everybody else in Tech City, but that dude, Matthew Daniels, he said, no. No, you're not taking nothing. You're not taking nothing from me. None of my freedom. Just all I got at this point. All I have is my rights and my freedom. That's all I got. All I have is my ability to talk. You understand what I'm saying? That's all we have is our ability to talk. It took me a long time to find it out. That's why I bumped my head so many times as a teenager. And in my early 20s, I bumped my head. I caught case after case after case, going to jail, because I thought I could just do physically whatever I wanted to do and there would be no consequences. But no, there's consequences to your action. And I didn't understand. So how do I get my point across? If somebody's doing something I don't like, how do I get my point across? I can't just put my hands on them. I can't just pull a weapon out on them. I can't do anything crazy like that. Oh, I have to use my voice. If I don't like the police, I can't get into a fight with the police. No, I got to go to these commissioner meetings. I got to file these incident reports. I got to file these complaints. I got to follow up on these complaints. I have to talk to the internal affairs. That's why y'all see me do what I do, because I understand I have limited options. I have limited options to stand on what I believe in. And now that we've learned the game, what they're doing, they're trying to take our ability to play the game. They take your ability to talk about what you want to talk about. They take your ability to play the game. And then they run you, they dominate you, they take all your rights. We living in Nazi Germany. Dedrick Johnson argued he doesn't have any issue taking criticism from residents, but there's a time and a place for that. He said, yes, commissioner meetings. The mayor and city staff hold quarterly town hall meetings where residents can bring issues to their attention, he said. Me and my brother almost went to jail for trying to question the mayor at one of his community conversations with Dedrick Johnson outings. He had one of these listen to me good, family. He had one of these community things, these quote unquote town hall meetings, these quote unquote community conversations with Dedrick Johnson. He had one of these at the Showboat a couple of years back. Me and my brother Joshua Daniels, court figure, we go to try to challenge the mayor, talk about some problems that we had with the mayor, and listen to me good. The mayor had his cops on the payroll as his personal security. The dignitary protection unit is what they would call. Cops getting paid overtime to be his quote, like his secret service operatives. He had one of those cops who was his dignitary protection unit kick us out of the meeting for nothing and threaten to take us to jail. It was the same sit down and shut up. Sit down and shut up. So we go to one of those. We go to the community conversations with Dedrick Johnson, almost go to jail. Now he's saying you go to the city commission, you say something he don't like, you almost go to jail. That's why I don't listen to anybody that try to tell me what I can and can't say. Hey, oh, you shouldn't be talking about the mayor like that. Oh, you should go here and you should address it. Bro, I've made phone calls. I put in email. I do everything. I made phone calls. I put in emails. I go to meetings. I go to the city commissioner meetings. I've gone to the community conversations with Dedrick Johnson meetings. Done it all. You don't play with me. Don't play with me. I don't know what you guys do to get your voice heard, but I've done it all. I've checked every box. And when I checked every box, I encountered the BS. The BS on every level. I don't know what nobody else's story is, but don't come to me. Don't tell me, hey, Matt, well, don't worry about the city commissioner meeting. You should go to the community conversation with Dedrick Johnson. Brother, sister, I went to one of those meetings and he tried to have me sent to jail. Think about that, man. Think about, I got a job. I got a wife. I got children. I can't be going to jail over no humbug. I can't be going to jail over no humbug case. Y'all don't understand. This real life. I don't know what you guys are doing, but this is real life for me. I can't be going, I want to question the mayor and I almost go to jail that night. Then when I put in an open records request to get the body cam footage to prove that there was some faulty stuff going on, they tried to give me the wrong body cam footage so I couldn't prove my point. Bro, I know how dirty these people is. I've spoke to internal affairs. I've spoke to several police chiefs, assistant chiefs, lieutenants, sergeants, mayors, city commissioners. I go to these people. I talk to these people. I know them. They know me. I don't want to hear your opinion on me. Don't tell me how to do what I do. Bro, I don't want nobody's opinion on how I do what I do. I'm just going to be real. I don't want your opinion. If you haven't done what I've done, I don't want to hear your opinion. Don't tell me how I should do it. You do it how you think it should be done, and then you show me your results. Me and my brother, we got the book, Big Game Hunting, been doing this for years. Y'all didn't stand up with us when we was putting in that work, big game hunting, putting our life on the line. Yeah, I didn't see you. Stop this nonsense, man. And there I go again. I'm sorry again. Man mess up, a man apologize. Big Game Hunting. You get that book, you will know what it is. You'll know why I'm like I am. Anyway, city commission meetings are business meetings and not time for residents to level complaints and insult city staff or government officials, Dedrick Johnson said. Sharp, however, said he believes the mayor is trying to silence residents' voices that might be in opposition, he said. First, it was Margaritaville. Now this, Sharp said. Sharp was referring to development negotiations that Dedrick Johnson ended over Latitude Margaritaville. At issue is the fate of a massive 55-plus active adult community plan for the Coalfield Tract, 1,300 acres bounded by Emmett F. Lowry Expressway, State Highway 146, Moses Bayou, and State Highway 3 in Texas City proper, which promises to put $1 billion in taxable value on land now assessed at less than $1 million by adding more than 4,000 homes for people with leisure time and income to burn. Business leaders in December joined some city commissioners in seeking to reopen negotiations and have public hearings about the development. Gotcha said he believes Dedrick Johnson is trying to avoid criticism from the police officers union, which has been calling for the firing of the chief and assistant chief. The union has accused the duo of using internal affairs investigations against officers who aren't in the inner circle, wasting manpower by assigning supervisors to the jail, using department money to benefit companies owned by friends, and counterproductive micromanagement, according to the statement. Now I'm going to end this video like I began it. Are you willing to go to jail? Now, the correct answer to that is not even yes or no. You shouldn't be willing to go to jail. You shouldn't be afraid of going to jail for what you believe in. The correct answer to that is, are you willing to go to jail? Not the correct answer, but the correct response is, why should I even be facing jail for utilizing my constitutional right of free speech? Are you willing to go to jail? Why is jail even on the table? I'm going to leave you with that. You answer that for yourself.